NYXUS podcast, Friday night, 7 p.m. You guys know where to find us. Here we are tonight with Drown the Deep. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself.
Go, Jayla.
I'm Jayla. I'm the singer, Drown the Deep. And in the background are Cider and Sal. So they're pretty prominent.
I'm Wayne. I'm the drummer. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Regis. I play guitar. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show. My puppy is in the laundry room because if he wouldn't be locked up, he'll be all over here. So it's all
Hi.
Yeah,
I get
bear
that.
with me because we're on our way to a dog show this weekend. So
Oh, very cool. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are they part of the dog show?
they're not showing this weekend. They are both show dogs. But we are doing some health clearances for Miss.
Wow. Big goofball over there. All right.
Yes.
So, Drown the Deep. Where did we come up with the name? How did the name come?
Yeah, it's kind of
Um,
well, yeah, Jayla could speak to it because it came with her.
Yeah, it was something that I kind of came up with. It's I guess lyrics and meanings matter to me. So thinking of kind of what my musical journey is and it being sort of an outlet for emotion, it kind of reflects a bit of that, you know. It's our therapy and our outlet. So it's a bit of that reflected in the name.
It is for most musicians, right? I think that's why most people do music or listen to music. It's
Yeah.
a great way to convey emotion. What's up, Tom?
Hey, there's Tom.
Yes. Some good friends of ours. We've had Tom on the show before.
As well as ours. Yeah, it's been great being able to play with Tom and some of the guys in
Absolutely.
Al's in Erie area.
Yes, that's where you guys are from. Like I'm in North Carolina, so hopefully we can come up and hit some shows.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, we're
this
technically
summer.
we're from the Pittsburgh area, but we've been really welcomed into the northern Pennsylvania, Erie area, a little bit of Ohio kind of areas, and just meeting some really great people and real supportive, original band. We all are super supportive. I've been in a lot of cover bands most of my life, and this is my first serious original band, and meeting everybody. Just the vibes in the original scene are just different. Everybody's so supportive. We're all in together. We're all just trying to make some good music, connect with people. So it's not a competition. It's just about digging like real good music. And some of the bands I've met too, I've become real fans of theirs too.
It
It's just
shouldn't be. It shouldn't be competition anymore. Like
Yeah, it's amazing. There's so many
Like a
great.
band.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that one?
Like a family. It's like a family.
Mhm.
It has to be. It has to be. Like there's so much competition going on. There's already too much. I think we'll rise faster. I think we'll get better as people, as musicians, if we stop competing and if we just try to help each other out.
Sure.
Absolutely. We're all of the opinion that we all get better together. We never lose anything by supporting each other. We just get more out of it.
Takes a village, right? For anything. For anything.
Absolutely.
And I'm the idiot.
What would be the ultimate collaborations if you guys could collab with one band or one person? Who would it be?
Oh wow.
Dead or alive? Let's go even.
Oh, wow.
Even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, Jayla and I early on we did sort of a web thing over COVID with the singer from Cane Hill. They're a metalcore band, and
Okay.
they're not. I definitely could have picked like some great giant thing, but we've got to know Elijah, the singer from Cane Hill, and
Yeah.
Jahale had a private singing lesson with him, or as well from that, and we connected with
Songwriting session.
songwriting session, and we're kind of stoked. We got a couple of songs that I think would be cool to have him sing on too, add some vocals to, things like that.
Yeah. So
What
once
about
we
you?
finally get it finished, that's what I was thinking about too. It'll be a really cool collaboration to be able to have him come in and do vocals on that track for us.
But yeah, Wayne's more of a classic rock guy. I'm sure he's got some other ideas about who he'd like to jam with.
Like Jim Morrison. Yeah. I always mess with the big Doors fan. That's one of my favorites. So, you know. But love Van Halen too. I like to, you know, wide variety.
I mean, you know, classic music for sure. Stuff that I grew up on.
Yeah, that's what's cool. Our
yeah.
band, if I go into it, it's kind of a decent segue. You know, our band, we kind of are open to a lot of different types of music. We don't really try to drive into any particular direction. And, you know, Wayne's really inspired by more classic rock and Led Zeppelin. And he and I grew up together. So we jammed Van Halen in his basement when we were teenagers for hours and hours and all those type of things. So, and yeah, I mean, Jahale and I are into some heavier stuff, some metalcore stuff. And we go see those type of really heavy bands. You know, the female screaming bands like Ginger and some of the really heavy stuff. Bands like Cane Hill, metalcore, deathcore kind of stuff. I kind of like some dark synthwave music. Jahale didn't, she could speak to it, but she's a theater kid, so she's into that side of things. So yeah, we kind of just welcome all the different influences in our music, you know, and just try to experiment. You know, we don't really try to have any preconceived notions of where we want it to go. And we just jam and practice, and these ideas just kind of pop out, and then we develop them into songs, and it just works that way, and we're all really inspired by it.
I think that's how bands find their sound is by having all those different influences, you know. So then you mash all of that together, and that's why every time like a big band or a smaller band that we listen to, every time they're like, "Oh, we've changed a member," I'm like, "Oh." Yeah. And it's not a bad oof. It's just something's gonna change, you know. What's gonna be the new sound of the songs? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm personally excited to see where we go as we develop more and more songs. You know, this was our first record we released last April. Hale and I developed the demos the year before that, just at home, her and I. And as we built the band out, you know, we've come up with some new songs through just the actual organicness of jamming and all those kind of things. So.
Absolutely.
It was
Taking
cool.
influence from other bands also give a sense of familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
If something sounds familiar, you kind of click to it faster. You kind of so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was cool. Like the last show we played up in Erie, I ran into a guy and I got talking to him. You know, he was asking me. He's like, "Well, you know, I want to play like you and all that stuff." I'm like, whatever. But he was like, "You know, how long you've been playing?" And you know, I'm older, so I've been playing since the '80s. And I was like, yeah, my influences are like Van Halen and things like that. And he's like, oh, I could tell, yeah, because I'll do some tapping and my hands, I just want to do tapping and dive bombs like Eddie, all your heroes, you know. But he's like, but you guys do something different, but I can hear that influence in it. It was a really cool compliment. I was like, oh, cool. Like, want to kind of take it somewhere else, but you can definitely always still hear people's influences kind of pop up. So it was cool. It was definitely cool to hear somebody's perspective on that. And as we get more experience, you know, it's fun to hear what people think or what we know what we think about our music. But when hearing other people, like, what did you hear? What did you see when you saw us? It's really interesting to get that feedback.
It's always nice to see what people think, to have a feel of what people liked about the music, so absolutely.
Yeah.
Shows. Are you guys planning on doing any shows in the near future?
Yeah. Yeah, we have the Millville. What is that thing called? Jahale's the
Millville Music Fest.
Music Fest, yeah.
I'm a project manager in my day job, so yeah, I do a lot of the organizing for the band too. A lot of spreadsheets and Google Calendar things to keep everything organized.
Good thing
It's
there
not
is
officially
spreadsheets
announced,
and calendars, because I'd be
right?
completely
Yeah,
lost.
I have a lot of notebooks. Otherwise, I don't miss those days. Um, it's a lot more organized with Excel. So it's not our stage hasn't been announced yet, but Millvale Music Fest. And then at the end of May, we're opening for Reign of Z and Divide the Fall when they come into Pittsburgh. We've been a bit selective about our Pittsburgh shows this year as we're trying to get out more. We are working on, I don't want to say too much about it just because it's not booked yet fully, but we are working on a tour this fall that will be with one of our other good friends. So we've been collaborating, trying to get all that, but we're both independent bands, so we're both doing our own hustle to get all of this done. And until it's announced, won't say anything too much about it. But our focus is getting out of Pittsburgh to new areas now. We feel like we've done a pretty good job of kind of getting out in this area, and we still love playing here, of course, but we really just want to. I mean, we love doing this. We love getting up on stage and getting to meet other bands, getting to meet new people in different places. So just get out there and play everywhere we can. Enjoy it while we can, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no limit. There's no, even with this podcast. I've the youngest guest I've had on the podcast was 13. The oldest gentleman I had when the podcast was in his 70s.
Wow.
So there's no age. There's no stopping him either. He was like, I'm gonna do this till I can't do this anymore. So music is really, there's no. I mean, you're the only limitation to yourself. So let's have a fun questions. If you guys could have a superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Yeah, I always wanted to be Spider-Man. Swinging from, I always thought that when I was in elementary school and things, swinging from webs, and I don't know why, but I always thought he was really cool.
X-ray vision.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It might have its pros and cons.
Yeah.
I can see definitely a lot of cons. Could you turn it on and off, or is it like permanent?
That's just
like,
it. That's what I'm wondering.
Careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's twist the question a little bit. That was a fun question. So now let's kind of like put the evil curse on you guys. If for the rest of your life you could only listen to one song, what song would it be?
I don't think I could do that.
Ah, too late now.
Wow.
You're in the Disney movie, so go ahead, pick. Like, don't overthink it. Like right now, if it would happen to you right now, you got to pick a song.
Just off the top of my head, it's My Own Summer from Deftones. I have a Spotify playlist of songs I never get tired of, and I bought that album when it came out in the late 90s maybe. And that whole album is still just crushes, just even to this day. I can never get tired of that.
There she is. I'm here, but I'm not. What's up, Sarah?
Come on, Wayne. We know you listen to the.
I was actually going to say a Doors song. I was going to say the end. I just like the transitions. It takes you away to something, and then it brings you back. And I like songs like that just they mellow out, and then all of a sudden it hits you. So but I would have to say that song.
Anything from Jehala here?
I can't narrow it down in just one.
Top of your head.
Put her on the
Very
spot.
good.
I mean, I can give you an idea. You could say one of your songs. It would be a good way to segue right into playing it.
Sure. Here to stay.
Wow.
We all love that
Magically, guys, this is one of the songs we're going to play. Tom said, "The End," my fave Doors song.
Right on, Tom.
All right. Well, see, We'll get it. That was the perfect setup for us
Perfect
to play the
segue.
song.
Awesome.
So we're gonna listen to the song. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the song. It's a lyric video, but stay tuned. We'll be right back, guys. Just let me make sure I share my screen. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, and while you're at it, see, hit the subscribe, the like button, leave a little comment.
His eyes are black, his wings unfurl. He felt the pain, he knew the world. He tasted blood, he knew the world. And while he's gone, high on the world, he felt the pain, he felt the pain. He knew the lies, he knew the game. He felt the urge to drown the pain. Another taste, the darkest place. Memories, they taste like pain. Drink their names, shoot down the ache. So far alone, they only take. Pour down my throat, it burns to break. Drink me down, crave me now. To purge the pain, he felt the pain. He knew the lies, he knew the game. He felt the urge to drown the pain. Another taste, the darkest place. Memories, they taste like pain. Morning sun spilling down the floor. Pour a line through the fog and nothing more. Though you wake the taste, you can't escape the call. Fall underwater, ocean wave. Feel the sunlight dancing on your grave. Took the boat down as your lungs failed to drown. Trying to be free and still drown. Trying to survive this game. Said I'm not here to stay. I'm just trying to drown the
We're back.
I love that
Amazing
song.
song. Ella. Amazing song. We were
Yeah.
rocking out to the music while we were driving. Back before the interview. So
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we even at practice, we wrapped that one up and we're all like, man, I like that song. So it's cool to like your own music too.
It was one of those quick songs too that we came, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
we're
just came
doing
together.
an album, so we're trying to get all these songs together, and I don't know, it's like one of my favorite ones actually. You know what I mean? Highway too. Highway's a great one, but this one slowly, I don't know. They-
when it
And now we've got the
clicks, it
special
clicks.
extended version of it for our live shows.
Yeah, Reed kills it. Oh man, I love it.
It's one of those songs that, and I have heard other songs like that where the ending part you kind of want to hear it more and more. Like it ends too soon, you want more. I don't know. I hope other people feel that way. 'Cause that's how I feel, and I've always loved songs like that too. You start getting into the end, and you really just love the sort of melancholiness of it, and you want to hear it more and more. So yeah, we do. I'll just play leads all day over it. So they always get me. They're like if we need a little extra time in the set, I'll just jam on top of it for an hour if I want. I mean, if people are cool with that. So
And Tom says he loved that heavy riff.
thanks, Tom.
If you
Yeah,
guys could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
I mean, something like that song. I mean, there's been a few people who have said, that they, I guess it goes back to the name too, Drown the Deep. We've gotten some compliments before that like our set like makes them run the gamut of like emotions and feelings and I mean that's the thing, man. Like that's what it's supposed to be about is like going to a show, getting some aggression out or feeling melancholy and kind of riding this emotional roller coaster. That's why I like the name too. Even when Jahela asked me when her and I first started, she's like, "Do you want to make up a new name, or this is kind of the name I've been going with?" And that's the first thing I thought of. I got that from her immediately. Was John the Deep was like, "Yeah, I like the reference to emotion and feelings, and that's the main goal is to communicate with the songs some kind of." I love heavy riffs and jamming and leads and all that, but I want to have a melody that kind of like breaks your heart every now and again, or those little notes, those little bends that just kind of tweak your feeling a little bit. It does it to me when I play it, so I'm like, I hope it like communicates that same thing to other people. But yeah, I guess back to your question, like, yeah, if you could touch somebody like that, like the feelings that way, I'm good, man. Like if one or two songs make somebody feel something, man, I'm cool with that. This is out in the universe forever beyond us. Spotify is still out there. Uh, in 100 years or something, that music's still floating out there, and that energy's still out there. So I'm cool, man. I'm good with that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody else has anything.
No, I don't have anything. that was perfect, man.
Yeah, it's what's nice is, I mean, we all kind of are on the same page about what the music should be. It should communicate something, either aggression or just letting some stuff out that you've been feeling. Like, and like that song, I'm real big on melancholy, kind of getting some of that in there, kind of tweaking your emotions a bit, and I'm really kind of into that.
I mean, music is the best way to convey emotions because I can still listen to music that I don't understand, and I'll stop. You can still feel the emotions.
Yeah.
It's good music. It's like watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Pan's Labyrinth. The first time I watched it was in Spanish. I did not know a word in Spanish, but I still understood the movie.
That's a great film
Because the actors were so good.
Yeah.
Music's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's a form of
it's art. Yeah. I mean, it's an art form, and I mean, I know there's a lot of pop music and everything. That's great, whatever.
Subjective.
I think. What's that, Wayne?
Subjective. Everyone, has their own taste. I hear you.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, the driving force should be wanting to communicate something, transferring like energy. Going to a show and just being enveloped with lights and sounds, that transfer, emotion to you. I still feel like even me and Wayne's been jamming since we were 15 or whatever, but
well, we're 13.
13. But I still get off on just creating those noises that make you feel something, and we still do it for hours, right? At the end of our rehearsal,
Get lost in it. It's just like
I will just groove on stuff still for hours. Everybody else is packing up, and he and I are just kind of still going at it and just grooving on a riff or something. I'm like, did we get that? Jahela's been great about we can record right to our in-ear monitor system. And yeah, at the last practice, I was like, oh, good. She's on it, man. Like just recording some stuff. She'll do some vocal stuff. And then we've got bits and pieces to put more music together with. So
that's amazing. Yeah, a lot of bands say that during practice is when a lot of the new music comes out. It's the, oh, check this out, and then add this to it, and then you guys create fucking masterpieces.
And it's actually our practices are actually fun too. We all get along. There's no head cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually I actually look forward. We enjoy doing it. So we just want to put the best show on possible. We just want that's always first and foremost. I'd like to get smashed before a show, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll have one or two just to get the nerves out. But
That's a good example. Like you were saying earlier, all pop. Billie Eilish would be considered a pop artist, but Billie Eilish knows how to convey her emotions through her voice and her music. I mean, Phineas is amazing for making the music for her, so together they're creating. But there's a good example in pop music where...
Awesome.
And Jay Hala's range
Absolutely.
lyrics are awesome. I mean, she had great... It moves me like some parts of the song. God, girl can sing.
Well, there's no denying that she can sing. Like
Very
she has an amazing voice. Yes.
I knew I was lucky. I mean, Reed, I always knew he was a talented guitarist. I mean, even when we were younger, he stood out. So I mean, I was happy to jump on board when he mentioned this. I was like, he played a couple songs which she sang. I was like, God damn. I mean, I was really impressed. So I mean, it's been an awesome ride though. I mean, these last 2-3 years, whatever it's been together. So
4 years, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky in that we're all fans of each other, really. I love what Jahala does with her vocals, and I'm not a words person, but she really is, and she can put words to things. And, Wayne's my brother. I grew up with him, and I always told him, I have always joined other bands that already had drummers, but when I put this one together from scratch, I told Jahala, once we were ready, I was like, I got the guy. This is the guy.
Appreciate it.
Wayne is the guy.
Yeah, when we headed out to do the first practice with him, I thought, all right, I better be good enough because, like, I was incredibly impressed the first time I saw Regis play and thought I need him for my band. And so when he said there's this drummer that I need to have for my band, I was thinking I better make sure I impress this guy because I have. Yeah, we definitely are all fans of each other, which is awesome.
I think it's the best way to go when you guys can be like, you start touring, you start getting out of the, your comfort zone, your hometown, and then all of a sudden, it's, you got to be friends. You can't just tolerate the guys that you're with because, God, it's going to be a long tour,
We are absolutely band family.
Yes.
You have to be able to deal with people before coffee. That's my thing. I've got to be able to deal with you before coffee if I'm going to be able to tour with you.
You're stronger than me. You're stronger than me, girl, because I'm not sure if I can deal with nothing before coffee. Where can we find you guys? I know social media, everybody has every platform out there, but what is the best social media platform to follow to get all the updates?
Instagram. To where, yeah.
Yeah, that's something we definitely need to improve on. We're all pretty introverted and not that into social media. We probably need to hire somebody to do that part for us. But yeah, mostly Instagram. We'll send out stuff during the shows. We're trying to be better about making some posts, making some videos. We spent a year doing gigs, and we've really got, we've gotten to a groove now, so start adding more things like making sure to record videos during the show so we can put some clips out, doing all the ancillary stuff that we need to do, to be a little bit better on the social media.
Yeah, we're definitely all about the live experience. That is our first and foremost focus. And again, of being independent and it just being us, it's hard to get all of that social media, all of that video.
Most
bands. I think a lot of it takes away in a way. So yeah, it'd be great if we could hire a social media manager. Maybe one of these days, if we make it rich and famous, we'll get on that. But otherwise, come out to a show to see us, and you're not going to be disappointed. Like that's where the magic really happens, is in that in-person interaction.
Look into the students, because often, you know what I mean. Like students will you know, they have to kind of do projects for, you know, their classes and stuff like that. So you guys could maybe be able to find somebody that could help you out that way. I know I have found people, if I was not going to go the live route, I had a few students that were going to help me edit everything as for their class and stuff. So maybe you guys could find
Oh.
somebody like that.
That's a great idea.
Before we go to your next song, Rapture, um, let's see. What's one of your most memorable shows?
Mm. Which one, Wayne?
I would have to say Gold. Everybody that was a sellout. It was packed right when before we even got on. And I remember looking around, I was like, oh my God, this is already. I was like panicking. I was like, you know what I mean? And even after the show, the other bands with us, everybody was just really cool. You know,
Yeah.
it was like I mean, even though we were just a Pittsburgh band, you know, only playing, they treated us just like one of them, you know. And it was a great feeling. That was like I was like, I'm enjoying this. You know, this was a good time. So,
Yeah, it was awesome even to see Wayne hanging out with some of the other touring bands and things. You know, it was yeah, Cold was cool. I've been a fan of theirs forever, so it was awesome for me to open up for some of your heroes. But we opened up for Memphis Mayfire, and that place was packed. It was at the what's that place called on Southside One?
Enclave.
Enclave, yeah, the Enclave, and there were people waiting out front to get the front row for the band. So it was almost packed when we were going on. We went on first, and they were great. The stage crew were great. The management for Memphis Mayfire were great. Yeah, they treated us awesome. We made really good friends with Ire, another local band. Tuesdays Too Late, another Pittsburgh local band. Some of the more metalcore bands. We get wrapped up in the metalcore scene for some reason,
it makes me nervous.
which is awesome. But yeah, those are some great bands, and you know now we're friends with those guys, and we keep saying all three bands keep saying we got to do the Memphis Mayfire show again someday. Now that was an amazing experience. So. But yeah, the place was packed and it was nuts. And I asked for a pit for our song Rapture. That's our heaviest song, and the crowd did it. They started a circle pit for us, and the heads were banging. And man, the energy, like it's talking about energy, you know. And I know I have to control myself sometimes on stage. I don't want to get too crazy. I still got to play, but to see the crowd, some of those circle pits start up, and man, I was just so thankful to the crowd. They were amazing.
For me, I would say both those shows were great. Another one, though, was when we last year opened at the Hard Rock for OTEP and September Morning. And there was another band on tour with them. And it's not the only time. We've had it happen a couple times, but I think that was the first time. Not only did some of the audience, but some of their crew, the touring band's crew, thought we were also on tour. Just assumed like we were another touring band, which is incredibly flattering, I think, especially since we've only been around a couple of years. And to have people just look at us and think, well, you're positive enough and sound great, you must be another national band, is really, really flattering.
Yeah, and that one too was cool because, like I said, the people were so supportive, and that was probably one of the first times we were really supported by the touring band's like crew, and we made some really great contacts. Jay Halo's got some contacts through their crew to how to reach out to people in Memphis and in Nashville, things like that. So that's really going to help when we want to do our mini tour. Yeah, so that worked out great. Just really flattering.
That is, it's a really cool compliment to get from actual touring bands. To, you know, like to know that you're at that level, even though you guys like have just started. All right, well, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna listen to Rapture. Come back. I'll have just a few more questions for you guys, and then I'll hit you with the NYXUS question. We end every episode with that question. So
Awesome.
We're gonna listen to Rapture and we will be right back. Let me share this. And
Hey little sister, have you got what I need? Followed you down here, don't make me plead. Don't run away, I can find you. I know what's inside you. Hear me call, I wanna feed you. Daddy's always in the way. Rapture in my veins, hey little sister. Did you catch a little curse? Can you see me? I'm looking worse. If I taste you, it'll go away. Can elixir in my dirty veins. Don't run away, I can find you. I know what's inside you. Hear me call, I wanna breathe you. Daddy's always in the way. Rapture in my veins. I'm gonna find salvation. Call me God as you come. Rip from Adam through my head, gonna make you believe. Hey little sister, have you got the time? If I catch you, I'm gonna take what's mine. Don't run away, I can find you. I know what's inside you. Hear me call, I wanna bleed you. Daddy's always in the way. Rapture in my veins. I'm gonna find salvation. Call me God as you come. Rip from Adam, feel my head, gonna make you believe. Daddy, will you try to hurt me? When at the utter of flesh, here is harvested. We came here to be free. Now you try to imprison me. We replaced gods with men. So we never have to bow again. But everyone bows in the end. You too will feel the pain. I'm gonna find salvation. Call me God as you come. Rip from Adam, feel my heat, gonna make you believe. God's will fall. I'm gonna find salvation. Call me God as you come. Rip from Adam, feel my heat, gonna make you believe.
we're back. That was intense. That's what it is. Yes, that one's intense. The vocals are like, they'll hit you, they'll smack you right the fuck in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time with that one. Yeah, I
At
think
first, in the car, we listened to the other one first, and then we listened to this one. I was like, whoa, those vocals. Okay, hold on.
you got to hear it live.
Yeah, that's definitely part of that emotional roller coaster. If you go from
She
that
said, Daddy, yeah,
melancholy to the hardcore.
right? I love that, though. I love when you don't expect it, especially in the show. You're all like, and then it hits you with that kind of, you're like, oh, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Robert? Robert has his own music podcast, so if you guys ever want to hit him up and go
Sweet.
talk with him, he is an amazing friend, an amazing dude.
Cool.
So we saw the puppies, we saw the dog shows. Other than puppy dog shows music, what kind of talent do you guys have that we wouldn't expect? Do you guys have one of those weird hidden talents?
Hidden talents, huh? I make a lot of stuff. I am an electrical engineer, and I do a lot of programming and making of electronic gizmos. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Not me much. I love
Wayne-
to sing, play
Wayne
hockey.
can grow an awesome beard. That's what
Yeah,
he could do.
Thanks. You know what happens when it goes up here? You have to improvise.
He's our Viking.
Got to do what you got to do.
So you took down the poster behind you there. Now we're seeing the wall and your guitar. Does it keep going? Like
Those are just the ones that are hung up. That's my tribute wall to all my favorites.
Gio, Drown the Deep, one of my upper deckers. What's up, Gio? Haven't seen you in a while.
Awesome, man.
Have you?
Thank you. That's great.
Gio runs the deck of many bands. Gio, I always mess up your name. I'm sorry. The name of the deck. It has 92 cards in every series. He's on series 3.
Sweet.
Yes. Let's
We were honored to be a part of, I believe it was the first series.
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast was also in the first series, the podcast, the radio. Unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to the radio. My ADHD got the best of me. And I started too many projects at the same time and drowned myself.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Gio. Not on the chat over here, but appreciate it, man.
There he is. Let's see.
Dale's a good cook. Pretty amazing cook.
I guess I could be considered a hidden talent. I don't know. I think I'm bad at recognizing any of that stuff.
I mean, food is like, I love food, so for sure if you could cook, I'm like, yay!
She's secretly bougie.
Ooh.
I don't know that it's secretly.
Fancy.
I like to say I have a dive bar past and a fine dining future.
Escargot and lamb.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy. No, I don't know if I can do escargot.
I know. I hear you.
More power to whoever could eat it. That's. I can't. What's your favorite song to perform? I think I know because you guys have pretty much, talked about it earlier. But what will be the favorite song?
Yeah, we always end with Highway into Rapture, and that's what I was going to say about Rapture. It's our heaviest song, and we always end with it. So I am so pumped after it, but then the show's over. So I'm just so ready to go. Like we opened Protep again last week, and yeah, we end with that song, and I'm just wound up after that.
It was the end. You're like,
You can't. I mean, you're ready to go after playing that, and yeah, just chugging and her screaming, and it's just, man, you get pumped. As I was saying at OTEP, I was pacing the whole rest of the night, just rocking out to all the other bands, and it's hard to go to sleep after all that. But yeah, it's
I would say the same, Highway into Rapture. I like Here to Stay too, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's a strong finish with Highway into, Rapture. So get you going, and you don't want to stop.
Yeah, I think Rapture is one of my favorites. It's fun being able to do a variety of vocal techniques in one song like that. So that's always fun. And like the guy said, that like ramp up at the end of the set. We wanna do all of it pretty memorable, but definitely kind of smack them in the face at the end and
Leaves
yeah,
an
Slayer
impression.
did a good
Yeah.
job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We go home wanting more, so
Yeah.
we're gonna come back absolutely.
Yeah, and admittedly, I mean, we could probably say, and I think a lot of times people aren't familiar with us, and I don't think I'm being offensive, but like a woman-fronted band, how heavy can they be? People think, and then you tear somebody's face off after the end of the set, and then it's so much fun for people to see people sort of turn around after that. And it's like, oh my god, that was amazing! Holy crap!
They don't expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a couple. We pad our deck with some covers if we have to do longer sets. So we do, Enter Sandman and some Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and yeah, Jehala goes 110% on those, and yeah, people are just like, God damn, you guys rock.
And Purple Rain,
And
which
for
we're going to record, I think, sometime this year. Everyone loves it when we do it, and I mean, Regis can tear that up. Not everyone can hit those solos and stuff in that way. I think, some artists like Prince and Van Halen and such, you can see those influences and the talent that he brings to it as well, because that's not
It's
not beginner stuff right there.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, Prince is one of my heroes. Me and Wayne grew up watching Purple Rain, wanting to be Prince, getting all the girls.
I'm in. Prince was really impressive. I don't think nobody's that stature. Like, I don't think nobody's ever gonna be Prince again. Like,
I mean, end to end, singing, music, personality, stage presence,
performance.
everything. I mean, like a Jimi Hendrix, where it just feels like it just kind of comes out of their skin. It just comes out of their being. You see them dance around with a guitar, and it's fluid. And Hendrix was like that too. He would throw the guitar around. He's singing, he's tuning, he's putting it behind his back. It's just so fluid, like just amazing. Those are the players I've always loved. People just feel like it just comes out of them somehow. They're born to do it. Just amazing.
It's just natural. It's before I have to let you guys go and hit you with the NYXUS question. Before I let you go, where can we get merch? If we want Drawn to Deep merch, where do we go? Shows, you guys have merch, but do you guys have any merch online?
Yeah.
Right now, it's all at shows. Eventually, we may get some of it online. It's been kind of a back and forth thinking about the best way to do that. Again, as an independent band, there are just some hurdles to get over, and so I'm sure eventually we'll get it up there. But right now, the best way to get it is come to a show. Come see us. Come talk to us. Come get your merch. And with any local band in everyone's scene, I just like to give a shout out to all the local bands out there hustling and trying their best to do what they love. Like, it's $10-15. Just, it's not the Ticketmaster fees. It's not the hundreds of dollars. And every single dollar you put in, every single piece of merch you buy really matters and really helps us out and helps us keep doing what we love. So for all the local scenes out there and all the local bands, just get out to as many shows as you can.
Absolutely, especially for the prices. Speaking of shows, I have joined forces with Carolina Promotions, and we are promoting our Vet Fest. So we will have a Vet Fest May 4th here in Gastonia at the Rooster. It is the first
Awesome.
one, hopefully not the last one.
Yeah, I've been following that. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing with that Vet Fest.
Thank you. The guys came to me with the idea. They already had everything, set up, and I was like, I couldn't refuse to support such a beautiful all the money we're making is going back to positive actions to raise service dogs for the veterans. And the veterans go there and also do a class, so it's not just like, oh, here's a puppy. It's come train your puppy with us. So I think it's pretty amazing. It's going to be a fun-filled day. And like you said, locally supporting businesses, bands, it's the most important thing you can do.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love in this moment. I mean, I fucking love Maria Brink, but I don't know if I want to pay $80 to go see her.
Yeah, right.
When that can buy me 4 shows locally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unreal, the prices nowadays. I don't know how anybody's doing it, but the places are still packed, but I just don't know.
How Taylor Swift, like, for me, that's I'm not talking about her music because, you know, everybody has their own cup of tea, and that's not, but how can you, people know, they know that people are going to buy that. The kids are going crazy for that. They're, you know,
Right.
They know parents are going to buy it, and that's the problem.
Yep.
They know, well, wow, you know, I'll put some money aside for like a year and we won't go on vacation for my kid to go see Taylor Swift.
Right.
I don't know. I prefer going to see local indie bands. I'll pay $20 and then I'll have a beer with them.
Right.
Here, you might end up like, wow, that band, you know, like, wow, they were really good.
So far, I could say that all the local bands that I've seen, I don't think I've had one bad experience with. You know what I mean? The bands are there. They stay after. They talk to the fans. I mean, support locally. That's all I can say for sure.
Absolutely.
Before I let you guys go, I'm going to ask you the NYXUS question. Something that's always important to me, because we started this podcast with mental health in mind, and something I wish I could do is go back when I was younger to maybe tell myself, you know, some encouraging words, some good advice. So let's see what you would tell your younger self. If you had a chance to sit down with a younger version of yourself at any age, you decide the seriousness you want to go with your answer. We went from everywhere to very funny to very, very deep answers. So that's up to you guys.
For me, I would say stop being hesitant. Just go for it. You know, a lot of times you wait in life, you're afraid to do everything. And then by the time you get to a certain age, you're like, why was I afraid to do that? You know what I mean? Like, and you realize all that wasted time. Don't waste it. Even no matter how old you are, just go for it. You know, who knows what happens? It might be the best thing you ever done in your life. Just don't give up. Just keep going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. You know, I'm kind of looking. I wrote myself a note from me in the past, from the future version of myself. My therapist had me do that. And I want to tell anybody who's listening, please write yourself a letter. All the things you've ever felt, you know, and I'll just answer your question. I mean, pretty similar to Wayne, you know, you spend your whole youth kind of waiting and hoping and just despairing because you're not sure where your life is going to go. You know, I just want to tell my former self, you know, things are going to work out great. Just keep going.
Right.
And don't believe the haters. Don't believe the people who are trying to bring you down. You know, I've been blessed with, you know, I've had Wayne in my life my whole life, meeting Jahela. I've met, you know, I'm just really lucky to have so many like really great supportive people in my life, you know. But yeah, that fear holding you back, you know, I wear a wristband, get after it. You know, just keep going, you know, don't think, just get after it. You know, the things you're afraid of, don't let that hold you back. Just go do it. Yeah, we all have like a lot of mental health discussions amongst ourselves too. It's a little therapy group, you know, we're all very open about issues, and it's tough. It's tough life, you know.
Our band thread, if somebody's having a bad time, you know, they're all great. Hey, you guys, you want to talk? You know what I mean? Everybody's like very supportive, you know. They can tell when you're having an off day, or, you know, and that means a lot too, to know somebody has your back like that. Like, it's a band family. I mean, it's an extension of my family.
Yeah.
Always a family. He's a brother. He's a Jones, whether he likes it or not. You got to keep up with the Jones.
I've always been a Jones, yeah.
I love to see this. I love to see how mental health is becoming more and more like, let's talk about it.
Just yeah.
My friend JT started a podcast, and that's what he focuses on. He interviews bands, people that are in the music industry, and they talk about mental health. So shout out to JT for doing that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a mental health has been something that I've been focused on for a while. I have a background in psych research as well. Studied it in college, and I was in the military. So I've seen the man up and move on. How well that does not work. And I've done therapy work with my dogs as well. So it's definitely something that's important, and something we are great about talking to each other about in the band. And especially as artists, that creative vein comes with it a lot of, I guess, mental instability. Maybe it's being open to the creative sensitivities that you've got to be able to face your demons and deal with them, and hopefully in a good way. And
Yeah,
Try to find some ways to cope and to get through it.
yeah.
Yeah, and this I mean, we all want the best for each other too, which is great. We're all champions of each other. When one's feeling down, I've had a pretty good journey of 4 or 5 years to really get together, and I want peace of mind for my friends that I've been able to obtain myself through exercise and fitness and getting after the things that you don't want to get after and pulling yourself up and stopping the decision. There's no decision. You just go to the gym. You don't even give yourself you just go and do it. Right, Wayne?
Just do it.
Absolutely. You in the kitchen before the show here.
But yeah, we all are champions for each other, so, and support.
It's needed. It's needed. And whoever is listening to this now, later on, whenever, if life is shit, it'll get better.
Yep.
If you need to talk about it, you don't want to talk to somebody your fear of judgments, there's plenty of lines that you can call. Heck, just hit my DMs. It might take a little bit for me to answer because, it's like you guys said, social media is a whirlwind of a lot of stuff. But if you guys hit me, send me a DM, send me an email. If you send me an email, I'll see it a lot faster. I will answer anybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to talk and you don't want to talk to anybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, talking about
I'd say
Mhm.
your question of what would I say to my younger self? I've only got one bit of script tattooed on me out of all my tattoos, and it is a lyric that will eventually wind up in a song that we're playing out. And it's a reminder to myself: dreams may die, so will I, but not tonight. Keep
Very
on
nice.
moving, basically.
Yep, absolutely.
Stay
Absolutely.
positive.
Well, I'd like to. I'm. It's far away, guys. But if we do have a second Vet Fest, I would love to have you guys. This year we did not get any female-fronted bands, and I'm not too sure why. But it happens. But next year I will make it a mission of mine to have female-fronted bands there. The only thing for Vet Fest is we need one vet in the band because that's the theme, right? Where it's gonna be a whole day for the vets, so I'm
Jay
pretty
Halo's a
excited.
vet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I would love to have. I'm sure the guys will feel the same way.
Yeah, we'd love to play. I actually did reach out to them. It was after the lineup had been secured, but basically just to let them know, like, yeah, we've got a vet in the band, me, and we would love to play it if you guys have it again. So
I'll make sure. I'll make sure if we do it next year, I'll make sure that you
Yeah.
guys get the invitation to come.
Please, we would love it. To make a
awesome, thank you.
little
It'd be
vacation,
awesome.
come down.
Like,
Come
it'd be
down, play a
to see
gig,
you
and
guys.
yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
great. We know some other
beautiful.
people.
It's beautiful down here. Beautiful. And so many other possibilities for shows also. The music scene down here, just like in Pittsburgh. I mean, Pennsylvania, Erie, the scene is fucking amazing. Just with the podcast, we've met a lot of amazing bands. So
That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're all about getting out and show swapping. Like, there are bands that want to come to our area. We'll do everything we can to get them on a show, whether it's with us or someone else.
Right.
Just, again, all about supporting
Right,
the
Tom.
music scene and just getting awesome music out to everyone.
absolutely,
Yeah.
Storms Within also.
Yeah, absolutely. Stars
Absolutely.
We'd love to have both of you at the same
Yeah.
time do a show. I guess
Tom, we'll do a road trip. Come down, and we'll all do a road trip together down.
I mean that'd be pretty cool.
That'd
Right?
be killer.
What's up, Mechanic K? Good. We're doing good. Just wrapping up the show. But yes, absolutely. Drowned the Deep, Storms Within, and a bunch of bands from down here. I mean, where's the tickets? I'm buying right away.
A great show.
Oh yeah.
All right. Tom said, I'm mad. Hey, yeah, but I think it's hell yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for reaching out and wanting to be on the podcast. I mean,
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
it's through Storms Within that we got connected. I mean, these guys
Yeah, they're
bring
the-
so
they're the
many
best.
good people.
They're the best.
Yeah, they
Love
really.
them. Love them. Before I let you guys go, anything you'd like to say to anybody that could be listening, fans, future fans, present fans?
No, just check us out. Give us some follows. I think you'll
Yeah,
like
we
what
love
you
seeing
hear.
you guys at the shows.
Mhm. Yeah, and say
Say
hello.
hi to us.
Yeah, come and say hello. There's a few people that we've run into at shows like, I've been following you. It's like, come and say hi. We'd love to know who you
Yeah.
are and make contact with you. We've met quite a few cool friends. We've made friends from people who've come to see us at shows and really like what we're doing, and they've been really supportive too.
Absolutely. We may look intimidating, but we're really just introverted.
Yeah, we're very introverted.
Oh! Boom!
But all the bands say that, right? Everybody's like, hey, come see us after the show. They're like, we don't know why people don't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's- get that mentality out of your head of those big artists that are unattainable, and
Yeah.
go see some local shows and hang out with them. Sit down, have a beer. Usually you can find them, I'm sure, around the merch table, which is where 90% of the time is spent, other than on the stage, is the
Exactly.
merch table.
Yeah, I will say sometimes we have fans try to talk to us, or people who just experienced us for the first time at a show, try to talk to us right after our set. That's hard because we have to get all of our gear off the stage. We're in hustle mode. We got to get out of there so the next band can play. But I try to tell people, just come see us at the merch table. Like, then we can actually talk.
Yes. While on stages might not be that's the best place to say, hey, I'd love to have that set list of yours, though.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love to collect set lists from the shows. I mean,
Ah,
it's little reminders,
I've been grabbing them now because we had a couple requests and we never saved them. So I've been stuffing them in my bag just in case anybody wants.
It's starting to. I think it's spiking up in popularity now that Gio said, well, I mean, I do
Oh, yeah.
have a card to sign.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man.
But I thank you so much again for being here, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody that was here tonight: Robert, Michael, Tom, Mechanic A, Amanda. I'm gonna miss people. Sarah, Kay. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Whoever I missed, I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah, thanks for the
Don't cancel me.
interacting in the chat.
Yes, always. There's
Thank you.
always at least one or two people, so I have, always.
Thank you
some
for
eyes.
doing this and trying to support bands as well.
I
We
used to
appreciate
be
it.
on that side,
Yeah.
but now I've flipped it on this side. I will still make music eventually, but right now I'm having fun doing this. So.
Yeah, nice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'd love to have you guys back in a later episode. Maybe, I like to bring back, I've had Storms Within twice already now.
Nice.
Love to bring back and have updates and see where you guys are
Mhm.
at. Thanks for joining from the road. I mean, what a
Yeah.
trooper. So she wouldn't even miss the interview from the road, guys.
Right.
Absolutely. We all, make it work.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for being here. Thank you for listening to another episode of the NYXUS podcast. We'll catch you next Friday. Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.